now tuned in. DAR Sports, baby, of the DAR Top 10 is out. Another week of the NFL down. Week 10 is as it was. Some big-time things, some things coming into the picture. We're now getting into, the real games. I think after Week 10, you could say, hey, now we've really kicked off the nitty-gritty. The things, teams have to hit certain records and certain sequences of their schedules. We'll talk about a few of those in this pod. Some big reactions from this weekend. You will notice in the DAR Top 10, we have a new number one team. Pretty universally among our contributors, the Detroit Lions moved into the number one slot. I think a lot of us, they played against another top 10 ranked team in the Houston Texans. Threw 5 interceptions, were down early, and still managed to grit out the win, still look powerful. Detroit Lions, man, they just look like they look so. My concern is it's still kind of early, but man, they look like one of the most complete teams. They look like a team of destiny. They look like a team that is not willing to take no for an answer this year. What were your thoughts on their season and how they looked the other night?
Man, let me tell you, I think for one, I think they look like dog shit for the first half. I was like, man, I was confused. I was like, man, they playing like the Jets. I wish Tay was here for that. I was like, man, they looking like the Jets right now. But it's weird because it was such a horrible game for them starting out, and then I had this weird feeling when you go to halftime, you can easily turn the game around at halftime, and I think I had this inkling that they're gonna make this game a game that could be competitive. They're gonna at least come out here and compete in the second half, and that's what they did. And I wasn't surprised by it, but I think I was surprised at how the Texans kind of just could not get anything else going. And I think that was the most surprising thing for me, is that I was like, okay, Lions got that touchdown to make it, I think was it 23-13, and I'm like, all right, Texans will get like a field goal or something, or at least get down the field enough, and they didn't. They didn't really do anything. So that was where I was kind of just, I don't know. I was kind of confused on I guess what the Texans' game plan was. And I know once again I think they were still pretty sure that they won't be missing Nico Collins going forward. But I guess that, if you want to put an asterisk beside the fact that they didn't have, obviously they don't have Diggs, they didn't have Nico, so maybe that was a hindrance to them in the second half. But hopefully there's no hindrance to them when they play the Cowboys. I need them to defeat the Cowboys this week. So, so no matter what happens in this game, like I said, to blow that lead and let the Lions come back and win the way that they won, not a good look from the Texans, who have looked, good in certain spots, but they don't look as great as I felt they looked last year, regardless of what the record says, regardless of how, whatever.
The way a lot of us expected them to look.
Yeah.
We could segue into that. The other team that you talked about there. We gotta dig into this Dallas Cowboys deal, man. You got Cooper Rush out there. I think he averaged 3 yards to completion. I'm sitting here like, where the fuck is Trey Lance? Why can't we get Trey Lance in there? Let's at least get him, get some developmental reps going down the end of the season. And then he come in the game and said, let me show you real quick why I wasn't in the game. Because he was all over the place too. I still believe that fundamentally, that if the season is shot anyways, you got the tools, you traded for the guy. Just at some point, somebody got to get him in. You have a decent enough offensive line. You have good receivers. Like, this is a good opportunity for Trey Lance to show if he can fucking play. And if he can't, then that's it. But I think I'd love to see him get an extended opportunity playing. Otherwise, it's another ass whooping on the Cowboys from a team that is also making major moves in the DAR top 10. The Eagles are really rounding in the form. They have one of the most talented rosters in the NFL. The coaching situation is still a major red flag. So it makes me concerned, but they have the players to beat anyone. They have good enough players to beat Detroit, who I think right now, obviously hurts to say as a 49ers fan, is their primary competition in the NFC. But back to the Cowboys. Furthermore, on top of everything, there was this Micah Parsons interview after the game where he says he's not concerned about Mike McCarthy's coaching future. He can get another job if he needs to. He feels bad for the vets like Zach Martin, who put Mike McCarthy ain't put in half the work that a guy like Zach Martin has. He said that. Micah Parsons said that about his coach.
That's a crazy statement to make about your current coach.
Oh man.
Woo, that is something.
So one thing I wanted to ask, I wanted to ask it to the panel, but everybody's got stuff going on tonight. But you're the primary person who I wanted to ask this question anyways, because I think me and you are the two who derive the most joy out of this situation. Yes. Which one is more fun? Because it's been a real long time since we've had just a shit, like the Cowboys just suck. They're just gonna be shit the whole year. Which one is this more fun? Or is it more fun for them to pretend they're good all year and then get fucking destroyed in the playoffs?
I like this better.
You're enjoying this more. It's more week enjoyment.
Yeah, it's like longer enjoyment. It's like if I get, I like Reese's cups, right? So it's like, man, if I go to the store and I buy myself a Reese's peanut butter cup, and then it's like I eat the peanut butter cup, but it's over. It's over after I eat it. It's like that one cup. But then if I get like a 6-pack, it's like I can say, hey, this week I'll eat one and I'll save one for another day, and I'll save one for another day. And I think the Cowboys losing so much is just the gift that keeps on giving, because there's no hope for them. Like, it's actually over. Like, there's no hope. Like, you're done. And we get to watch every single week. I mean, the Eagles out there whooping their ass. And then, they lost to the Falcons. They, got destroyed by the Lions this year. I mean, like, if I have every week to look forward to that,
because it's like almost like Dante's Inferno. It's like different types of humiliation every week.
Yeah,
like the Lions were running trick plays and getting little kids out of the stands to score plays on them, and then the Eagles,
49ers,
rivals, 49ers cooked them up big time. The Eagles, all their rivals, all their historic rivals, the 49ers,
love it.
The Eagles stomping their ass out.
If there's one thing though, the one thing I wish is that Dak was healthy and could suffer also throughout this. I think Dak is not a bad quarterback. He's not terrible, but I just like I want the team to suffer at full strength. It's not as much fun when a team is not at their full strength and they're suffering. I don't know who told the Cowboys that, Ezekiel Elliott at, whatever age he is and whatever weight he is right now was the guy to bring back. And I think we talked about. Yeah, I think we talked about it, a couple weeks ago about how they could have went after other players. One player in particular they could have went after was Derrick Henry, and they opted to go for Ezekiel Elliott. Shout out to my guy Rico, and he's whatever, but he ain't it. And so I think that's what makes this better for me, is watching the breakdown weekly. And I'll tell you what, during NFL season, when the Cowboys are like good during the regular season, their fans will never shut up. So this makes it that much sweeter because their fans have said absolutely nothing this year.
I thought of that while you were talking. That's probably what puts it over the top, as this season is more fun than usual, because guess what? We don't have to fucking hear about on every goddamn sports show that it fucking exists in the fucking world. Cowboys fucking segments. All of those fucking Cowboys segments that you usually used to have, that shit's going to be gone by week 13 or 14. They're going to be dead and fucking buried. So, along with the humiliation, we also get to have that fucking bane of existence taken away from us.
Love it.
I will go with that. This is overall higher quality. Apollo, we were just talking about Which one is more fun, man? Is it more fun that the Cowboys are fucking terrible every week and getting their asses whooped, or is the usual more fun where they fuck around the whole season, look good, and then get their ass whooped in the playoffs and we all know it's coming? Which one are you enjoying more?
I don't know. I kind of like the latter.
Yeah,
a little more.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because it does mean a little more when there is some success, and some hype, legitimate hype built up. Usually, what do you win, like 12 games on a season
Yeah.
on average, like
Yeah.
2 years. So it's like, those were great because it's like, oh, look at the hype. It could change this year. That was the hope for a Cowboys fan. It could change this year.
And that's what used to be fun, is we all knew it wasn't.
Exactly. So, but I mean, look, you got. I mean, and let's be honest. Who were they getting beat by mainly? Green Bay.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's Rodgers and Love. So how you getting beat by two different quarterbacks? I mean, and 49ers. 49ers beating them up. You know what I mean? Beating them too. Like, I don't know, man. But yeah.
Whipping those breaks every weekend. What stood out to you the most this weekend there, Apollo?
Well, I will say this. I mean, that Thursday night game. I mean, that was
fuck.
That was a barn burner.
Hell of a game. When you were in that position as, a big fan of one of the teams involved, is that fun or is that fucking, I get stressed the fuck out. I don't want no games like that. I want the 49ers to beat everybody 42-0. How do you feel about it though?
Well, yeah. I mean, as a fan, yeah, you wanna beat more definitively. But I'm a fan of football as a sport. So
yeah,
to see a good game, on top of that being a division game too, a rivalry game. So it's like it meant that much more to it. But yeah, that game definitely. I would say this: Jamar Chase. Look, let me tell you this. My father and I, and Drew was there. We talked about this before. Went to the Bengals and Ravens game a couple years ago, and it was the same thing. All that boy did was hit slants, and it was so crazy because that's what he always does. You know what I mean? Against the Ravens, and especially this year. I mean, I don't know. Our defense, our pass defense is hard, but as far as giving up yards to wide receivers and stuff. So but he's great anyway. So he's going to get his. The greats are going to get theirs. But like that show that he put on, the show that Joe put on, Joe Burrow. I mean that was great. But Lamar and the team in general showing that grit, and I mean those are the games that you have to win. That shows character, and that is good. That was a really good win. That was and Lamar has a pretty good record against the Bengals anyway. But still, what have you done for me lately? That's sports. So
speaking of, it kind of feels like they should just go ahead and start engraving that MVP award now. Can anybody catch Lamar? Is there anybody even a conversation that's worth having otherwise?
I've heard. No, you good. I've heard Jared Goff's name's been thrown around a bit, but I think
you know what else is getting thrown around? 5 interceptions.
After this week, I was after this week. After this week, we might as well cancel that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? You know who's a sneaky MVP candidate? It could be Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
It could be Justin Herbert. I mean, the Chargers keep quietly winning.
You know what I'm saying? They are. I was thinking about that this weekend. I was thinking I was going to talk about that on the show. Like, the Chargers are sneaky good.
He's not turning the ball over.
No, if they add like another playmaker on offense and another playmaker on defense this offseason, they're going to be right there, right on the Chiefs' heels. And I believe they play them, I think, either this weekend or coming up real soon. So we're going to see. I don't know if they have quite the firepower yet, but man, we talked about it. Harbaugh comes in. It flames out sometimes, but he comes in and turns programs around, man. And the Chargers play the Bengals this weekend.
That should be a win.
Good matchup.
Maybe, I don't know.
Harbaugh, man, he's a final boss killer. So dangerous.
They got
team,
a tough
man.
stretch.
Props to the fucking Chargers.
The Chargers got a tough stretch coming up, man. They got this next couple of weeks. I mean, do you want to say the Bengals are tough? I mean, Bengals record doesn't say that they're tough challenge necessarily, but they are. And then you got the Chiefs, you got the Ravens. I think they got the Falcons like back to back. So, I mean, I might have that out of order, but we'll see what you're made of. Yeah.
What were you going to say, Drew, on the MVP conversation?
Oh, I was gonna say Lamar. I think Lamar is it. I thought Jaden. I saw a lot of people saying Jaden Daniels too, but I mean those are what do you call it? Mandos? Those are some Commanders fans. So, I do think Rookie of the Year. Feel like that's
by a mile.
That's in the bag. That's in the bag. But I saw somebody say this. And I think they were doing it to piss me off because I thought it was a joke. Somebody said Russell Wilson for MVP, and I laughed. Because I was like, "Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off, boy." But no, I think it's clearly Lamar. I think Derrick Henry kind of takes a little bit of it away from him a little bit as a conversation. But without Lamar, that team is doing nothing. So, I mean, in the plays that some of the plays he puts on,
crazy.
It's just insane. And I will say though, I will quickly say about that game, the Bengals going for 2. I understand why people are going for it, but I did not understand that one, especially with how easy they were able to kind of get up and down the field on offense. I feel like I'd rather take my chances with running it back and trying to stop them, or making their offense stagnant, or at least get them get a field goal and then try to come down there and just go to chase. I think they were pushing it, going for 2, and I don't. I have my suspicions on that one, but didn't really didn't really make too much sense to me. But hey, it is what it is.
Well, I mean, to their credit. Lamar Jackson was having a what I like to call a fuck you Lamar Jackson game. And that's what the coach said. He didn't want to give him the ball back in overtime because if he felt like if they were leaving the game up to a coin flip in that situation. If they tied the game, if Lamar got the ball first, the fucking game was over. So he wanted to avoid that situation. Remember, we talked about it on Twitter, actually. You said, why the fuck did I said because the NFL solved the issue of Josh Allen not getting to have the ball in that playoff game by creating another rule that makes it so you might not be able to get the ball in an overtime playoff game.
Right.
So, I don't know why they fucking refuse to it should just be a match. Right? Like one team gets possession, you kick off, the other team has to score and tie. If they don't, then they lose. You know what I mean? Like I don't it's not fucking rocket science. Lee, thoughts on the MVP race? It looks like it's kind of it's Lamar's to lose. I think he's pretty far out ahead. Can you think of anybody else that you can think of that might have a shot at it, man?
No, it is Lamar's to lose, and I would be shocked if he don't get it unanimously because he was one vote away from getting it unanimously a year ago, and his year wasn't even that good compared to this season.
Yeah.
So, if he keeps this kind of play up, and the Ravens get the 1 seed, he has to get it unanimously this season.
I'd like to look at the top of my head, but man, a 3-time MVP is what it'll make him. 3-time MVP ain't won fuck all in the playoffs. That's
why
that's not me. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm not trying to be like I'm not trying to be Tay. I'm just saying like that's a fucking wild ratio of 3-time MVP. Like, that's not something that happens often. A 3-time MVP and, hasn't amounted to much in the big picture. Go ahead, Apollo.
Well, I'm about to say, sorry to interrupt, but if it's not a Super Bowl MVP attached to that, I could give a damn. I mean, he can have all the MVPs he wants, and I'm a Ravens fan here.
Yeah.
He can have all the MVPs he wants regular season. But what matters is that that is the thing that's missing from his resume, and the whole team has to play like there's no excuses. He's getting paid top dollar. The team is made in his image for years. This defense sucks, but I mean, as far as pass defense wise, but still, I need to see him take that next step. I don't want to hear no excuses. He has to. He has to finish the deal.
If he wins a third one, there's only two people who have won more. Peyton Manning and Aaron Rodgers. If he wins a third one, that puts him right there with Jim Brown, Johnny Unitas,
That's a hell of a group to be in the midst of. I mean, but it's like Apollo said, it don't mean a thing if you ain't get the ring. So I mean,
they're Super Bowl champions. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So it's like Aaron Rodgers champion. Peyton Manning took him a while, but he became champion, and he didn't. He had his playoff struggles too. I mean, it's weird, right? Because Lamar in the regular season is amazing, whereas Mahomes is going out there in the postseason and leading them to the promised land. I think that's why I think they're the two, top two quarterbacks in the league, because they kind of I don't say compliment each other so well, but I mean they always battle out when they go against each other. And also Lamar is the regular season king of this era, and Pat is the he's clearly the regular season king right now and keep escaping these damn wins.
Christ. So if he wins the third one, only 4 other people have won 3 MVPs: Tom Brady, Brett Favre, Jim Brown, Johnny Unitas. Got to get that ring, man. Got to get that ring. So it's a big slate this fucking weekend. True. What stuff? I think we're all, we all pretty much in the DAR top 10. We pretty much all put the Chiefs down to number 2. We're all fucking sick of their fucking bullshit. God damn it. It doesn't make any fucking sense. I keep covering it every week. It's the most fucking
listen.
Great defense, top 5 defense, great DC, great offensive coordinator, great pass rusher, best quarterback. They don't fucking make mistakes. They don't beat themselves. Voila, you have an undefeated fucking season going. It's so fundamental and it's so goddamn annoying.
Look, man,
this is it. They are fucking losing this week. The Bills, they're playing the Bills.
I'm telling you, it ain't happening.
Chiefs.
Look. I'm gonna tell you, it's not. They're gonna find some way to win and escape with like a 31 to 24. It's gonna come down to like the last 35 seconds, and it's gonna be DeAndre Hopkins getting a fucking touchdown out of nowhere, and it's gonna close the game out like that. And then we're gonna all be like, "See, they can't be beat." You know what's gonna happen? They're gonna lose to the Panthers. Like that's the type of like season this is gonna we're gonna be like, they're gonna be like, man, they're gonna go undefeated. Like they might not lose to nobody. They're gonna lose like the Panthers or like the Raiders or some shit. And then it's gonna just be like, all right, like that's gonna be the the one L that they take all season is gonna be that. So or it could be the Chargers, I think somebody gonna catch them slipping. Maybe it's the Browns. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's the Browns.
I was going to say, what about the Browns? They got.
I knew your ass. I knew your ass was going to mention the damn Ohio team. You would mention the Ohio team. Like, okay, so you would, but I don't know, man. Like I said, I think that's the game. One of the games of the week. I think we got a couple games this week that are.
I know which one is on Apollo's radar. Big time.
Oh, which one is it?
Steelers and Ravens, baby.
Yeah.
Steelers are resurgent. Danger Russ, Ciara's husband.
This gonna be a damn good.
That's the goodies. My goodies.
You just quote Sierra.
Yeah.
That was
It's a shame that Tay's not on. He would have no idea what I'm talking about.
He had no idea what you're talking about.
Whatever. I have some fucking core memories attached to that song. Anyway,
brother, I think we can all test that right there, brother. Yes, sir. Steelers,
Follow, what
man.
we got, man? Steelers, Ravens.
Yeah, man. No, this is gonna be a great game. Both teams 1 and 2 in the division. Right now, they're coming off of wins. They're coming off of close wins. And that's all the makings of a good Hollywood fight. Now I noticed what Mike Tomlin had said about Deontay Johnson, and for the record,
fucking great.
For the record, that was a pointless move. The Ravens had made. I don't understand it. Get another quarterback.
Yeah. When he, what's funny is I saw that quote and I said, why is he talking about the Panthers when they're about to play the fucking Ravens? That's how fucking off the radar that's been.
Exactly, man. It's crazy, but I mean, anyway. But they said that they were going to integrate him more in the offense. John Harbaugh said that, so we'll see. Yeah, man. I mean, what Harbaugh and Tomlin? I mean, they're the longest tenured coaches of them and Andy Reid, right? So, yeah. I mean, they've been going at it for years, and Ravens Steelers is always the best rivalry.
I was just about to say, man, I miss so bad back in the day, like 06, 07, 08, 09, that era. These games would be. It'd be 13-6, and it'd be the most entertaining fucking game you watch the whole year. They'd be beating the fucking shit out of each other.
Yes, exactly. Now it's not going to be that type of game. Not at all. But I mean, it's going to be interesting. I still think, though, at the end of the day, that the Ravens are going to pull that out. I mean. Lamar
this is going to be a good test of, like, is the Steelers thing for real? Because, it was a good showing last week against the Mexican Commanders, but I think we still look at them as a team on the come up. Is this Russell Wilson Steelers situation, is this fucking for real? It's a heavyweight battle this weekend.
It is. I'm a little upset that it's a 1:00 game. Like, damn. I mean, can we get a little prime time?
Yeah, that was part of it, man. The Sunday night, it always used to be Sunday night football, Ravens Steelers. Da, 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 da. People would be getting fucked up. Fucking little light rain, fucking 50 degrees. That's what it always used to be. Good old Sunday night.
Yeah, but now we got Bengals and Chargers at the same night game, whatever. Yeah. But yeah.
Hey, they got to get some games in old SoFi. Lee, what's on your radar for this weekend?
It's that game, honestly. Yeah, I want to see how long Russell Wilson can take this. Like, he's 3-0 as a starter. All these games they've scored north of 30 points a game when they weren't even close to that, where Justin Fields was the guy.
Yeah.
And it's like they can win like that even though their defense isn't at their best. Like, they wasn't at their best at Washington, and that was fine because Russell Wilson ended up finding Mike Williams in the end zone. And if they can get him more involved, the game's at Pittsburgh, right?
Not sure. I'll check. You keep going.
Yep. Okay. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Yeah, that's even as a 1:00 game, that's going to make a difference because you think that crowd travels everywhere. It's going to be live in Pittsburgh on Sunday.
Absolutely. Of course, mine. I was so it did look different. It did look better for the Niners this Sunday. It still wasn't enough. It wasn't different enough from all the sloppiness, all the stupid shit we've been seeing. It is. I've never seen anything like the team is top 5 DVOA in both offense and defense. And the special teams is so fucking horrendous that it is single-handedly dragging a team that has 2 top 5 units down to almost fucking around and being out of playoff contention. It's fucking insane how much of a smoldering black hole of fucking quality their fucking special teams are. But, the third round kicker that can't make a kick, maybe if the offense would execute better, it wouldn't be in his incapable hands so often, right? And a lot of this offensive, those issues are pure execution. But still, there was a massive, one of the best throws you're going to see in the NFL all season was Brock Purdy with a free rusher popping it up to Christian McCaffrey for a huge gain. But it was on a massively fucked up protection scheme. I said out last night, someone fucked that up because it was just swinging gate, completely free rusher, a spot in the middle of the line that got vacated. CMC looked good. It looked better. Juwan Jennings. It's a rant for another day. I fucking said it all offseason. I said to trade Ayuk. I said Jennings could be that guy. And he has been that guy. Not only that, but he played Ayuk's fucking position this weekend. Had a massive game. But on the bright side, Ricky Pearsall is already looking like he could be a fucking number 1 receiver. This dude is
a hell of a start to his year.
Yeah, got shot, comes back, and he is 2 games in a row. He had 3 catches on the game-winning drive. Ricky Pearsall. It was 2 months ago. We're like, is this motherfucker going to be dead? He was in the hospital after getting shot. Now he's making 3 catches on the game-winning drive. He's fit right in, been tremendous. If it wasn't for Brian Thomas Jr. being so exceptional down in Jacksonville, they lost again. Haha. If it wasn't for Brian Thomas Jr. being so exceptional, Ricky Pearsall would be the most productive rookie wide receiver in this class. He's already a top option in this offense. So has looked great. That's been good. Catching this, and I said this. I also said this last week. I told everybody this was not going to be just some walk in and it, like Tampa Bay is on a 4-game losing streak. They are the division champions of the NFC South. They still have a lot of those same players. The roster is not bad. They needed this win. It was hot as hell down there, just like I said it would be. Cross-country trip, 10 a.m. kickoff, West Coast time. I told you guys this was not going to be some easy walk in and just take it, and it damn sure wasn't. Too much of that was on the 49ers' sloppy play and mistakes, but we got the fucking job done. Gritty victory. Taking on the Seahawks this week. I swear this is at least the 4th team we've played this year that it's like the other team, if they don't win, like they're going to throw everything at us. If they don't win, their season might be fucked. The Rams early, the Cardinals early, the Bucks this week, and now the Seahawks this upcoming week. But especially with CMC, with Jennings, if we clean up our act by 10%, it's not even close. We've completely outclassed them, especially at home. So I'm waiting to see it, guys. I'm waiting to see this team look like I know they can look like for 4 fucking quarters. This is the best time to do it. Send our division rivals fucking packing for the year. Please get this done.
That was a very impassioned plea to your team. I would also like to make an impassioned plea to my team. Hey, Broncos.
God damn it. Can we get the 6th win, please?
You're 5-5. I kind of need you to need you. This is a tough game. You know, the Falcons are coming off of a loss against the Saints, so you know, I'm expecting the Falcons to come out guns blazing. I need the Broncos to get another win because looking at the schedule going forward, I mean they could probably get it against the Raiders next week. More than likely so. Or maybe against the Browns, you know. Lee, please don't say anything to that. But you know, I just need them to go out there and do what they can do. I personally like to see the Falcons, you know, get some wins, just not this week. And also another impassioned plea that I have to another team that is white hot, but they did not look great this past week. So Detroit, let me talk to you for a second. You have the opportunity to go out there and embarrass the Jaguars on television. You haven't, well, I mean, on somebody's television. I probably won't be watching it, but you got a chance to go out there and embarrass the Jacksonville Jaguars. You know, it's already great that you embarrassed the Dallas Cowboys. I appreciated that very much. I actually absolutely appreciated that very much. And I would appreciate if you could go out there and do the same thing to the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't have hate in my soul for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I have something a little bit deeper than hate. I don't even know what word would be proper for the hate for to replace hate in this case. But I don't want to see the Jacksonville Jaguars have any more success. I want to see them finish 2-15 if I could. If not, at least 4-13. I need you to go in there and do what you do. Hopefully, I think Sam Laporta is supposed to play. Also, which is great if he can go. I would love to see you know, my man St. Brown go out there and do his thing. I would love to see both Gibbs and Montgomery go out there and run down the Jaguars. I need y'all to do this. For me, I don't ask very much from Detroit. I don't think I've ever asked anything from Detroit. I don't think I ever will again. But this is important. For this particular week, it's very important.
Don't stop till the white meat shows. Am I right there, True?
Yes. Bust their head. Bust their head.
What were you saying there, Lee?
I was saying beating him so bad, Doug Peterson gets fired the next day.
I'm being honest, he probably should have been fired already.
Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna
right now. Like
I don't know what can be done. I don't know what needs to happen for that to happen. So maybe there is no limit to the embarrassment they're willing to suffer. We do have it on firm authority that some of the people who manage those types of things in that organization maybe are kind of don't fucking do the right things by their teams when those times come. Isn't that right?
Yeah. Oh wait. Did we talk Commanders and Eagles? Did anybody even? Didn't think anybody.
Great gateway to kick things off. Two teams that are in our top 10. Commanders on the way up. Eagles, you know, if they are really bringing things together, if they come out here and put a decisive whooping on these guys, I think that pretty much solidifies it. They're well on their way. I would love to see the Commanders have. I hope the fight didn't get taken out of them by that tough result last week. Go ahead, there, True.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed to see it go that way, but you know, at the end of the day, I think the Commanders, man, they're gonna bounce back. I just think this is a tough week for them to bounce back. I think the Eagles have found something. They are, to me, the Eagles are hitting their peak right now, and it was a little wonky in the beginning of the season, and I think this is a game that's gonna be high-powered offensively for sure. I'm probably going to go with the Eagles, though. If I had to choose between Commanders and Eagles, I would probably go with the Eagles in this one. And I think that's no indictment on the Commanders and what they do, or Jaden Daniels, or any of those great players. But I just think the Eagles are at a point right now where they are just, they're just cooking right now. You know, so you know, I think the momentum's in their favor. I believe it's in Philadelphia as well. So all of those things kind of play a factor.
Let's things playing a factor. Super teams go ahead and talk. You had something important happen this week. True? On the music front.
Oh yeah. SR6 is out now. It's been out as of officially. What is this? 24 hours right now. I've been getting a lot of great feedback on it. It's a project I'm really super proud of. One of my personal favorites. So everybody should go, all your DSPs, all your streaming sites, or whatever, and go get that. Go listen to that. Go to iTunes if that's the thing. Go to Amazon. You know what I'm saying? You can't go to the store and get it, but you can go other places. So you know what I mean? So I'm really proud of that project, and I think it's something that for music, it's not just something you need to hear because it's like, yo, it's the dopest thing ever. It's also a story. There's it's more to the music than just creating something, and there's a lot of meaning behind it. So it's a very important project. Very, very grateful, and of course, Time is of the Essence is also out. Myself and my brother, BS2 is out. BTR2 is out as well. I mean, we always working, we always making things happen. So that we got more in the pipeline already. So just always working, man.
Our NBA Hoops Hour is up. Yesterday, you guys were talking about the NBA Cup risers and fallers in the NBA right now. Go check that out for all of your NBA coverage. College football playoffs rankings actually just got posted by ESPN, so we'll definitely be digging into that Thursday night. I already see some things that I'm a little bit fucking outraged by, so we'll talk about that for sure on the College Football Show. Me and True, in our hardest of hearts, are looking to do a week in wrestling this week.
This is a good week
all around. Being a little lame.
This is a good week. This is a good week to do it.
Try to get that knocked out. So all these things going on. Music, the Medium site, of course, always maybe Reddit. That's where you got. If you want to see all of our, we told you about the DAR top 10, but if you want to see where all the individual contributors ranked the teams, go ahead and check that out. The article, it will be posted up on the Medium site along with everything else we got going on there. Nostalgia, current stuff, music, basketball, football. It's just tremendous. Wrestling, just tremendous stuff. So look for that. Look out for more stuff in print, in music, the pods. Goddamn, the world of DAR, it never stops.